Hi everybody, Candace here with Greenery Farms DIY, and today I'm going to take you through how to make these cute little strap wraps that can go on a backpack or they can go on a shoulder strap or anything like that. If you're going to be putting them on your car seat belt, just make sure you read your manual and make sure that this will not affect the functionality of your seatbelt, but these are absolutely fun and wonderful. If you choose to use the cam snaps on them, and this is going on a seatbelt with a small child, just make sure that child is supervised at all times since you don't want a choking risk if that cam snap comes off. The other option, instead of using cam snaps, is you can run a small strip of Velcro and then make these Velcro on the back. So there's about 13 different designs right now in the Strap Pack 1. If you don't have an embroidery machine that's large enough to make this, which is a 5x7 hoop, then there are the patches, which are a freestanding patch, which actually fit in the 4x4 hoop. The only thing is they just freestand and you can actually put them straight on whatever the garment or item is. So today I'm going to take you through how to make these. All I do is I hoop securely my stabilizer. I'm running, one of the very few times I actually run a tearaway. So I have a very thin tearaway on the back side, and then I have my paper tearaway right here. And the reason I'm doing that is this vinyl that I'm going to use, I wanted something a little blingy, catchy. And it's a little bit softer of a vinyl, and so I noticed that the stitches kind of sink down, so I wanted to have a little bit more stability. So once you get that all done, then you take it up to your machine and then you put it in and you start your design. So I will go ahead and show you how that works, and then I'll show you how to put your cam snaps on. All right, now that design has finished stitching out, so I'm going to go ahead and just take it out very gently, and I'm going to flip it upside down to the back side of the hoop. Now this is where we're going to tape down another piece of vinyl, or you can tape down some felt. I'm going to go ahead and tape down some felt today. And the reason I'm taping it in place with this tape that's designed specifically for fabric is it holds very, very nicely. And so I'm going to go ahead and just tape this down. And you want to make sure that you're on a flat surface and you're not pushing on your hoop. I'm simply going to turn it back around, and I'm going to put it back in my machine. Now if you're using a sewing machine, embroidery machine combo machine, you're going to want to tape it a little bit more securely on all four sides, so that way it doesn't move and it doesn't hang down. But I have a tray under mine, so I just do it this way. Now what's going to happen is all those little circle spots are going to stitch out. This is your spot to put your cam snap. If you're going to be doing the Velcro option, hook and loop, you can go ahead and skip all of these little circles. All right, we're all done stitching this out. So being the designer, I actually just merged all of my designs into one big panel since I had a larger hoop. And all I'm going to do now is cut it all apart. So I was able, in a 300 by 200 hoop, to get 7 patches in it. Now, if you're going to be using these patches on something else, and let's say you wanted to have it be much larger and maybe it extends around something, you could actually put your cam snaps on and then put a piece of elastic so that way it could go around something. So maybe, maybe you're a teacher in a special ed room. My son was in an IEP room because he actually has Asperger's, which is a form of autism. And for children in those rooms, if there's a new teacher aide in there or something, these may be kind of nice to snap on the back of the chairs, just as an idea. Or maybe you don't want to put it around the seat belt, but you want to put it around maybe the headrest or something like that. The cam snaps, I'm not quite sure, how those would function. So maybe Velcro might be a little bit better if this is going to be where a child's head might be touching. So, just use some judgment, but be creative. You can actually, put the cam snaps on some type of Velcro, or you could put it on elastic, and it just makes it kind of extend a little bit further. So the way that I do these is I install my cam snap so that way it can snap around something. So you want to be thoughtful about what you intend to put it on so you can get your cam snaps orientated the proper way. I'm going to go ahead and cut my pieces apart, making sure I don't cut that straight stitch that I have in there. Now, for those of you that bought the design file, you're going to have a design that has a satin stitch all the way around it. If you don't want to have the satin stitch, you can just do just the double run stitch, which will bring your 2 layers together, and that's what simply I did here. So all you're going to do is you're just going to go around with your pinking shears or your pinking rotary cutter, or if you have another decorative blade like a wave or something like that, you're just going to go around and cut those pieces off. So these would be the scissors if you're going to do the scissors. My scissors are very dull, so I'm not going to attempt it on this. But you can see how cute this looks. And then what I do is I grab some cam snaps. I know this is going to take 4 cam snaps, so I'm going to grab my 4 little pieces. Cam snaps have a male and a female side, so I'm going to grab 2 of the male side and 2 of the female side. And now we're going to go ahead and put the cam snaps on. Now to do the cam snap installation, you're going to use the cam snap tool. And it's just a very simple little hand tool. You can buy one that goes affixed to the counter, but for me, I just use the little hand one, and all I do is I simply just poke in my end. I can feel it coming through that little circle, and then I take my cam snap and I give it a nice little push or squeeze, and then my cam snap is put on. So then I'm going to continue around and I'm going to make my snap wrap. Now these are designed for going around, you know, a 2-inch width or just slightly there, about 2-inch width. So if you want it to go around something snugger, a little bit smaller, you would simply just make the cam snap overlap a little bit more, or you would put your cam snaps a little further back. So take this to whatever it is that you're going to be putting it on, and then use that to set your cam snaps. So I hope you enjoyed learning how to make this fun project. I liked backing mine with the felt, so that way when the patch is not there, or the wrap is not there, it actually looks nice and pretty on the back side. And the felt helps it not slide as much also. Now there is a wrap one for the 5x7 hoop, and then there is a standing patch one. So if you don't have a 5x7 hoop but you still want to make this design, there's one that's designed slightly smaller to be freestanding patches that you can glue, or let's say you wanted to use this on a backpack, you would simply just put your cam snap wherever it's going to go and then put that on the backpack and just snap them together. So that's a very versatile option. So there's 13 designs in each of the packs. They're on shop.greenrooffarmsdiy.com. Thanks for subscribing to the Green Roof Farms DIY YouTube channel. And also I teach a lot of events on the Facebook group for Green Roof Farms. So if you want to have alerts of future videos that I'm going to be putting out on the YouTube, I do put those in the events on the Facebook channel, on the Facebook group.